Hey, this is DK, and you're listening to the DKSpeaks podcast, where we discuss actionable and implementable tips and tricks to run a successful online business. After you listen to this episode, head over to DKSpeaks.com for all the show notes and resources to help build your business. Hello, this is DK, and welcome to episode 20 of the DKSpeaks podcast. Facebook advertising is huge and it is becoming bigger and bigger each day. There are numerous products that are being launched, all of which helps with advertising. Rather, I should say marketing on Facebook. Most of these products deal with a certain element in Facebook marketing, like some products would help you create engaging images, some helps you write the ad copy. There are yet other products that help you manage all of this from one single dashboard. Some of these are software, some of these are courses. So there are a lot of products that are basically targeting Facebook marketing and Facebook advertising that are being launched pretty much every day. One such product that was launched recently was a web-based application called Social Video Spark. Social Video Spark has been created by Andrew Darius, who is the creator behind Explain Your Video. And this basically deals with video marketing on Facebook. We had discussed about video advertising in our last episode and how you can use it to your benefit. Now, native videos on Facebook is getting a lot of engagement and attention. But the biggest problem most marketers face is in not knowing how to upload videos to Facebook and optimize it so that it shows up on the top of their newsfeed. And Social Video Spark is a product that helps you do that. It's a very simple and easy to use formula that is there in this application, which basically helps you in uploading and optimizing videos on Facebook. You can check it out at the launch price right now. It's available at a discounted price. You can visit the resources section in DKSpeaks.com for more details on Social Video Spark and to order Social Video Spark. If you're still new to the entire Facebook advertising thingy, then you can download the Facebook Advertising Basics ebook, which will teach you all of the basics of Facebook advertising. You can find that again at DKSpeaks.com. You can go ahead and download that and learn the basics of Facebook advertising. Now, since we are talking about all Facebook marketing, that is what we'll be continuing with in this episode. And in this episode, we're going to look at some common Facebook advertising mistakes that most people make and how to get over it and how to get the best bang for your buck in Facebook marketing. So, on to the first and the biggest mistake that a lot of people make. It's not building a fan base and running cold ads. The first and the biggest mistake that most people make is in not building a fan base and running ads to cold customers. Now, research has shown that ads would cost the lowest on Facebook if it is about building likes to your fan pages. Because I've run a lot of Facebook like campaigns and you can see that these ads would not cost you more than a few cents per like. So if you're able to spend about $20 to $25 odd, you'll be able to build somewhere around 100 odd likes to your fan pages. Now, when you're starting off with Facebook advertising, the first thing that you need to do is to set up a fan page for your website or your business. Once you've done that, run Facebook ads to build fans for your page. A like campaign can get you a lot of likes and at a very low cost. Since these likes come from people who are actually interested in your website or your business or the community, if you're targeting it right, then the likelihood of this audience buying your products goes up. And hence, it'll be easier for you to market to them. So what I would recommend is start off first with a fan page and build fans to that fan page and then start selling your products to these fans. The second one, targeting everyone with the same ad. The second biggest mistake that a lot of people do is targeting everyone with the same ad. Your ads have to be extremely targeted. You have only a split second to catch the attention of a Facebook user. If your ad is not targeted to that specific user, then the possibility of them looking at your ad and clicking through decreases. So I would recommend that you create individual and targeted ads for each of the audience groups. Like for example, you will have to create an ad that targets the age group of 18 to 30, and then maybe another ad for the age group 30 to 45, and similarly a third one for the age group 45 to 60. Because each of these age groups will have a different approach or a different viewpoint, and you need to address that specific point of view to go ahead and target these audiences. Similarly, you would want to create different ads for men and women if your product is targeting both of them. This way, the possibility of engagement with your ads go up and you will get a far better ROI from your ad spends. Moving on to the third one. It's not split testing images. You might know that images play a big role in Facebook advertising because Facebook is all about visual appeal. You'll see a lot of videos do well on Facebook, images do well on Facebook, and these images and videos have the possibility of going viral because they are very engaging. A lot of people do the mistake of not split testing images in their ads. The images in your ads is the first thing. It's a first impression. It's the first thing that grabs the attention of the user. Some images might be extremely good, whereas some others might not do that well. So you should split test your images by using different images in your ads. You can create different images with tools like Canva. You can design your ad images and then use them in your ads. Like for example, there can be one image which has a red border to it, which kind of highlights the image. The other one can be a plain image without a border, and you can test which of these does well. I would recommend that you create about 3 to 4 different ads with different images. And while you're split testing your ads, don't forget to experiment with these images as well. So that'll help you find which is the image that converts best, and in that way tweak your ads to get the best return on investment. Moving on to the fourth one, picking the wrong objectives and then measuring the wrong metrics. Now, objectives is one of the most critical aspects of Facebook ad. So when you start off with a Facebook ad campaign, you get an option of picking an objective for your ad campaign. If you pick the wrong objective, then your end goal might not be achieved. So picking the wrong objectives is one big mistake that most people make. Facebook provides a clear set of objectives for each of your marketing goals, and it is important that you pick the right ones at the campaign level itself. If your end objective is to build your list, then I think you should go for a lead generation kind of an objective. But if you go for a page or a post engagement objective, then it is not going to work with your end objective of building your list. Another big mistake is to look at the wrong metrics to measure your return on investment. So you might have picked one set of objectives and you might be looking at a completely different set of metrics to measure their performance. So that is not going to work. Now there are a ton of objectives and each has a different metrics to measure. So you need to be very careful about what is the metric that you're using to measure the performance of your ads. Let us look at some of these. So, there is an objective called as website clicks, which basically your ad is targeted towards generating a lot of clicks to a website. The best way to measure this specific objective is to measure the cost per click or maybe the cost per conversions if you're tracking that. There is an option of tracking your ads, using one of these tracking pixels. If you're doing that, then I think the best metric to measure how this ad is doing is looking at the cost per conversions. Now, there is another objective which is on website conversions. So there again, I think you should measure the cost per lead or the cost per sale depending upon what is it that you're trying to do. If it's a checkout that you're trying to track, then I think you should look at a cost per sale. Whereas if it's a lead generation that you're doing, then I think you should look at the cost per lead. Similarly, we have the page and post engagement ads and the page like ads. So, it depends what is it that you're targeting. And if it's a post and page engagement ad, then I think you should look at the cost per engagement. And if it's a page like ads, then I think you should look at the cost per acquisition of a fan for your page. So these are how different metrics can help you with tracking the performance of your ads on the various ad objectives. Identify the best objective and the right metric to measure the performance and then tweak it basis how it works. So your first thing, the first the first thing that you should do when you're starting off with Facebook ads is to identify what is the best objective and then the right metric that you would want to use to measure the performance of the ad. Moving on to the fifth one, which is create multiple ads. This is something that I did when I started off with Facebook ads. I was very skeptical with the ads, and in fact with Facebook ads, and it was, I had pushed myself a lot to create the first ad on Facebook. It ran for a few days and it performed very poorly. After the fifth day, I kind of stopped running the ad and discarded Facebook completely, concluding that Facebook ads don't work. Don't do this mistake. You might want to create several ads, tweaking each part of the ad, targeting a different segment of the audience, and so on. Now, this will help you find the one that works, and you can then tweak it further to get a winning ad. But if you start with a single ad, you might just not be able to do it, and it will take a lot of time as well for you to come up with an ad that is doing really well. So it is important that you create multiple ads. On to the sixth one, not reviewing the performance of the ads. Now, this is another big mistake that a lot of people do and which I also did. Paid ads require periodic reviews of their performance. If you leave them alone, they will eat into your money faster than you would realize, and finally, you would find yourself in a big hole. The ideal period to review your Facebook ads is about 2 days or $50, whichever comes first. This is the benchmark that I've set for myself. $50 is a good enough investment to check the performance of your ad. Review each of the metrics, see what is working and what is not, and if the ad is fulfilling your end objective. Basis that, optimize them further by tweaking the ads. So when you gradually do that, when you've spent about $100 you might not have got a lot of benefit from the $100 that you initially spend. But gradually what will happen is with the first $100 that you spend, you will come up with a winning ad. And when you come up with a winning ad, it will generate a lot of money for you and that will give you good return on your investment. The sixth one is testing with different targeting. One of the best things about Facebook ads is the option to target your audience. You have a lot of flexibility to do that and you can pinpoint your target market to precision. Facebook's audience insights is a great tool to research your audience as well. Now it is important that you test your ads with different audience. Create different ads targeting a section of the audience. For example, if your ad is in the health niche, you can create one ad for an interest group based on some health-related topics, another ad on health-related brands, and maybe another one on some of the big names in the health industry, like, for example, Dr. Oz. So when you do this, what will happen is you'll be creating different ads with different targets. And, each of these interest groups, like, for example, the people who are basically interested in these big names in the health industry, you can see how your ad is performing with these audiences. And if it's not, you can straight away discard that and continue with the other two. So it gives you a lot of flexibility in going ahead and tracking how your ad is performing. Organizing the ads into campaigns, ad sets, and ads. Facebook advertising has changed a lot over the last couple of years. You can now arrange your ads into campaigns, ad sets, and then into ads. You can set your ad objective at the campaign level. That is where it all starts. So organize your campaigns on the basis of the ad objectives. Then the ad sets help you choose your audience, bidding, etc. So you can create multiple ad sets basis the audience that you're targeting or basis the different kind of bids that you want to do. So you can do all of that at the ad sets level. And finally, when you come to the level of the ads are where you work on the creatives of each ad. So if you want to experiment with different objectives, different ad copy, you can do all of that at the ad level. So here you can create multiple ads. Go ahead, create multiple ads at the ads level. But whichever way you do it, organize your ads into these campaigns, ad sets, and ads. This will help you keep a track of your ads and how they are performing over a period of time, and at the same time tweak them as well. Moving on to the next one, which is poor landing pages. I've seen a lot of ads that talk about something, and when you click on them, you're taken to a landing page which talks a completely different language. Now, personally, my reaction to this would be that in 95% of the cases, I would just browse away because I'm not aligned with the landing page. Imagine an ad that talks about addressing a problem related to dogs barking. Now, this is in the dog care niche. When you click on the ad, you're taken to a page which talks about dog poop training. Wouldn't that sound awkward? And if you're somebody who is looking for a solution to dog barking problems, then this landing page is not going to align with you. And what will obviously happen is you will just browse away. Create good landing pages that align to your ads. Now, Ryan Dice from digitalmarketer.com does that really well with his ads. And if you've noticed, you will find that the ad creatives that he uses also talks to the landing pages. There will be similar graphics that he uses, similar language, a similar essence, and all of this helps the audience identify the landing page with the ad, and the conversions could be really high in this case. You can use a nice landing page builder like Thrive Content Builder or maybe WP Profit Builder theme to build these landing pages and design images using Canva which can align to the landing pages. Coming to the final one, which is writing a good ad copy. So that's the last point in this discussion today, and one of the most important ones. Write ad copies that engages your audience and makes them click on your ad. You don't really need an expert copywriter to write good ad copies. You too can write them. Just learn it from some of the good marketers. I use a very simple formula to write my ads. So all of my ads follow a general pattern, which tells the audience, if you want that, then do this right now. And that is how all my ad copies are. Your ad copies have to be benefit driven. Talk about a problem in maybe about 3 to 4 words and tell them how clicking on the ad will resolve that problem. Now you want to do that in maybe just about 2 sentences. Keep it short. Don't write a long ad copy. You might also want to add a sense of urgency to your call to action. On that point, keep in mind that you need to have a call to action at the end of your ads. Don't write an ad copy where you just have a problem or a benefit and that's it. End the ad with a strong call to action. Words like click here right now, go check it out right now, check it out today. So these are all call to actions that generates a sense of urgency, and these helps generate immediate action from the audience. So what we discussed today are some mistakes that pretty much every new Facebook marketer does. Even I did most of the mistakes, the same mistakes when I started off. In fact, it took me almost 5 months to gather the courage to go back to Facebook ads again and start all over again. I hope these tips will help you get over that learning curve faster and will help you create good Facebook ads, high converting Facebook ads faster, and then scale them up. So if you have any questions, don't forget to write to me. You can visit my blog at DKSpeaks.com and you can write to me and I will be more than happy to respond to each of your messages. So that's it in today's episode. You can find all the resources and the transcripts on DKSpeaks.com. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you liked it, do rate the show on iTunes, Stitcher and SoundCloud. It helps in the rankings of the show and will help others who are looking for similar information. You can share it with your social media circles using the share buttons that you find at DKSpeaks.com. So until the next episode, take care and see you.